Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Hit the Bids Week 21 commentary. Going to be taking a look back at our prior week's action, see what unfolded, and how it's going to help us navigate these markets going into the new week. So, hope everyone enjoyed the long holiday weekend. We do have a short trading week ahead of us, but definitely no shortage of opportunities. So, let's jump into these charts here and see what's waiting for us. First up, we've got our August live cattle on the board. This August contract being the new front month, as we are seeing the volume roll out of that June contract into August here. We did see last week a nice rally across the fat cattle market. Pretty small daily ranges, prices just not in a huge rush to go anywhere, but seeing nice support nevertheless at that 20-day moving average early in the week. We did see Monday and Tuesday's action just settle in here in a nice tight range above the 20 before getting that final push on Wednesday into the close last week, pushing price back towards this 211 area. We do have this big picture uptrend still intact. We did see just a minor pullback off of those all-time highs 2 weeks ago. The support we saw at the 20-day moving average is a really good sign for the bulls. We were hoping to see a little bit deeper of a pullback, getting a little bit better prices, better discounts back down to this 204 area. However, the 20-day moving average supporting price here just speaks to the strength of this market. Buyers are eager to get back into the market here, even at just a brief test of the 20-day moving average, just showing how healthy and strong this market is. Did see this rally come on low volume last week, just nice, tight, steady ranges, working its way up. One thing we want to keep an eye on going into week 21 here is on our lower time frame charts. We are seeing this B-shaped profile on coming out of last week, just showing a high concentration of volume up here on in late Thursday and Friday's range, as well as that Monday and Tuesday range down here near 208. If we get offers below 209.60 anytime this week, we could see a quick mark down back to this 208 area. Try and pick up some more buyers down here at that 20-day moving average. We are seeing good support here, good action from the buyers, but with that price just getting a little bit heavy there at the moment, a little retest of 208 wouldn't be surprising. This market still has a nice strong uptrend, so if we do get another dip here, would expect to see the buyers step in and buy that dip up and see this market start marching back towards those all-time highs. However, just a nice steady grind last week. We could get early momentum, bids above 211. This 210.95 bull pivot should just get the ball rolling for a nice grind higher again, back towards these all-time highs. Live cattle market remains strong and steady down through these late months of 2025 and even the early 2026 months, pushing up back towards those all-time highs. Good support down the line on all these late back months as well, showing how strong this cattle market is at the moment. Jumping over to those feeders now. Pretty similar action over here. Just took a little bit more time for these feeders to get the ball rolling last week. We did see Monday through Wednesday's action just sit here, chop around the 20-day moving average. Anywhere between this 296 and 299 area, we just saw a nice balance action. Seeing support step in early in the week before getting a little close or a little rally into the end of the week, closing back above that $3 mark. This is a good sign for the bulls. We do have that gap that we weren't able to fill on Friday. This is the gap stemming from the pullback 2 weeks prior. We were able to see price push up into it, but couldn't quite get it closed. Would expect to see early bids above 301 to get the ball rolling back towards these all-time highs this week. Close that gap early and just continue this uptrend. Same story as the fats. We do have a nice support at the 20-day moving average, showing the bulls remain in charge and showing good strength, not seeing a super deep pullback. Just seeing a nice shallow pullback and good support at that rising 20-day moving average is a good sign for the bulls. Would expect to see more upside coming the week ahead. Also, you go down the line here in these late 2025 months, seeing a nice rally on Thursday and Friday last week, and even these early 2026 contract months pushing up into that gap. So Good supportive action down the line across those feeders. This cattle market remains strong. We should see higher prices continue to come here as we push into the summer months. Next up, we've got our July corn contracts. Last week, we did see a nice relief rally in this corn market. Given the sell-off we saw over about a 4 or 5 week span from early mid-April into mid-May, we did see price dip down into this 435, 440 area. This is a prior demand zone that really kicked off the rally early in the year before this mess that's brought us back down to it. This relief rally was just a healthy market pullback in a big picture downtrend. We did have all this downside, just seeing the bulls try and come back up for air. We did see that rally up into these major moving averages. We did see this zone we were kind of anticipating resistance to step in between this 458 and 464 area. We did just briefly poke above it, almost reaching that 50-day moving average as it's coming down and meeting price here. If the bulls want to see any more upside, they need to get some bids above 465 and this 50-day moving average. That could get us back into range-bound territory. However, Friday's action saw a nice pushback by the bears, almost engulfing that prior day's action. Continued downside below 458 and this 20-day moving average. We should see those bears step back in, more selling pressure kick in, and see this market push back down towards this 440 area. That's going to be target one. If the bears are able to take out this 436 level, which we see multiple tests of dating back to October of last year, breakdown of 436 should get this market rolling towards new contract lows and back into that low $4 range. We should see some pushback by the bears as they're starting to step back in here and put some pressure on this market. Be looking for more downside to come in this corn market in the week ahead. Next up, we have our crude oil market. We did see just a nice back and forth action last week. Nice balance early before a weird test of that 64 area during the Globex session. A little spike up there was just kind of odd action, but we did see prices reject up there above that 50-day moving average, not able to really sustain that $64 mark. We did get a sell-off in the middle of the week, but price just staying steady right around this 20-day moving average, bouncing back and forth between 60 and 64. At the moment, we do have this big picture downtrend that's still intact. We would be expecting the bears to be putting up a little bit better fight here. However, we are just seeing a little bit of a battle here at the $60 mark. If the bears are able to push down below 60 and a quarter this week, we could see prices open up to 55. That's going to be the next spot we're going to keep an eye on, as it looks like we potentially could be carving out a nice $10 range here at the moment. However, the bulls have been oddly resilient here at the moment. The break of the 65 level, like we've seen over the prior month or two, the past month or two, should have opened the door to some more selling pressure. However, we've just stayed pretty steady here and getting some pushback from these $50 levels on crude oil. So this is a tough spot to push through at the moment. The bulls are definitely fighting back. If they want to see any chance at some more upside, we do want to get some bids above 64. But in the meantime, expect some more choppy action while this market's trying to decide what it wants to do. Any breakdowns of $60, 60 and a quarter, we could see downside from here, but this is a pretty good two-way market at the moment, as there's no shortage of opportunities either way here. So be ready for either one of these pivots to clear out before we commit to a trend trade. In the meantime, expect more choppy action as we dance around these major moving averages. Over to the stock market here. Our equity markets seeing a pullback last week, a little bit of downside here in these large caps and these indexes, creating a nice pullback, offering a good dip to buy here, as it looks like we are forming up a nice new uptrend at the moment. Price did open up last week up here near 6,000. We did get a push up there, falling just short of that 6,000 mark before finally breaking down below our 5,900 bear pivot from last week. That opened the door for a quick 150-point sell-off, seeing those bears push down real quick down to that 20-day moving average. Friday, we did see nice support down here near the lows This isn't necessarily a day's action that I want to be buying immediately, but if we continue to see a nice balance here above this 20-day moving average, we could see some buying activity come in here and potentially kick off the next leg higher in this new uptrend. If we take a look across our indexes here, this NASDAQ index being the strongest, not quite reaching its 20-day moving average, but seeing a little bit of a pullback last week. The Dow was definitely the weakest, undercutting its 50-day moving average, all of these major moving averages, but getting a nice rally here so far. Early in the Globex session here on Memorial Day, these indexes, if we start to see that prior Friday's high getting taken out, wouldn't be surprised to see more buying activity and a lot more buyers step into this market. So any bids above 58.95 and that 5900 area should just get this ball rolling higher once again. We still could see a little bit deeper of a pullback. There are some levels down beneath us here, all the way down to 5600, that we could see some volatility and potential support step in. But at the moment, it is looking like this market is stronger than anticipated, and we could see that rally begin sooner than later. So that's all we got for tonight. For this week, we do have some news with FOMC meeting minutes coming in on Wednesday, jobless claims on Thursday, and short trading week. So that's all we got for tonight. I hope everyone enjoyed the long weekend, and let's go get them this week. Have a good night.